If you struggle with consistency, this is why. If you struggle with sticking to your goals, this is why. And so you've heard, Jeffrey say, you need to have a why that makes you cry. I think you need more than a why. And we're going to move beyond the why tonight and talk about a vision. Now, let me first tell you, why do you even need a vision? Here's why. As humans, we hunger for a vision. If we are unable to create a compelling vision for ourselves, we will latch on to someone else's vision. With no vision for our future, we extinguish our powerful internal fire. The good news, you can reignite it at any time. So what happens if you don't have a strong vision for your life? Two things. Even if you had the perfect daily routine given to you, you won't stay consistent with it. Even if you have some goals, you'll have a hard time reaching them. Because the truth is, we have daily routines. You can get daily routine from any leader in this group. They'll tell you what to do on a daily basis. You heard that from Danielle. Do these 5 things. But what's going to keep you consistent? What's going to keep you consistent when you go through the hard times and you have those setbacks and you need to get back on track? This is what's going to keep you consistent. Now, let me walk you through how to do this. The first thing you have to do, the very first step, is you have to be able to see yourself in a better situation than you currently are right now, without justifying why you haven't had success in the past. See, so many people go around telling their story of what holds them back and why they haven't had success in the past. Well, it's because the way I was raised, or it was because this, or I didn't go to college, or I dropped out of high school, or whatever. But you have to stop justifying why you haven't had success, because you know what? Mediocre people, the rest of society, mediocre people will pat you on the back and they'll say, it's okay. Oh, I understand why, oh yeah. You shouldn't aspire for anything great because look at where you came from. It's okay. So the first step you have to do is stop justifying your past and why you haven't had success. And you have to be able to see yourself in a better situation than you currently are. And you have to stop using non-serving statements to justify your non-success. If you find yourself saying things like, well, you just don't understand, or it's easy for him or her to say because this is that. It's easy for Danielle to say she's got abs. It's easy for David to say he's got abs, right? Well, or a statement like, well, if I only had, or if I wasn't this, or if I didn't have this job that, or if I didn't have these kids that, right? If you're using your kids as an excuse or as a reason that you're being held back and you have that negative energy towards them, they're going to feel it. One of the greatest things I did was when I was building this business, I had no time, guys. Like I'm telling you, I had no time. Worked in a career, leading a team. I was going to school in the evenings for my business degree. I was a Boy Scout leader Wednesday nights, Sunday church. And the only time I had was like 10 p.m. at night. I had 1 to 2 hours and I gave up watching late night TV. And I gave up playing video games on the weekend. And the only free time I had at night or on the weekends, I was on the computer building my business. And my kids started complaining. My kids said, why is dad always on the computer? And I remember like being frustrated and telling my wife, don't they understand what I'm doing? I'm working so hard for them. Why are they saying that? I'm trying to build this business on the side. I'm doing this for them, right? But guess what? They didn't understand. And that's when it hit me. I was like, wait a second. They don't understand. They're kids. They don't know any different. And so I had to sit them down and I said, do you know what daddy's doing on the computer? And they're like, no. And I said, daddy's trying to build a business. If I can build this and be successful at it, guess what that means? Daddy gets to quit his job and daddy gets to be home with you. And daddy gets to walk you to school. And daddy gets to go to your baseball games. Would you like that? Oh, it changed overnight, guys. It changed overnight. They became my biggest cheerleaders. Dad, how's it going? Dad, I was going for 15 star at the time. Every diamond, it was like, Dad, how many diamonds do you have now? How many? I mean, I had to help them see that. And I had to stop viewing them as something that held me back, as a negative thing, and I had to make them my reason for doing this rather than my excuse. You know, a lot of people will say, I don't have enough the time or the money to do this. Let's start with the time. You know, I'm not giving up my Saturday. That's my family day. Well, wouldn't it be nice if you had more than one family day? Wouldn't it be nice if you had more than one family day per week? So when you say, I'm not going to give up my family day on Saturday to work my business, well, guess what? That's the whole reason for doing this, so that you can have more freedom in your life, so that you will have more than one family day. I remember when I wasn't watching TV anymore and playing video games, I told myself, I said, there will be a time in the future when I can watch as much TV as I want, I can play as much video games as I want, but today is not that day. Okay? Today is not that day. If you find yourself saying, I don't have the money, well, then this is even more so for you. All right, let's move on. So I told you have to be able to see yourself in a better situation than you currently are, or it will never get better. And for those of you who've been stuck for a while, like you've been a coach a long time, if you've been where you are for an extended period of time, then you have something that you're holding on to. There's something that you're holding on to, and I'm asking you, what is it that you're holding on to? Is it where you grew up? Is it a medical condition you have, an injury? Is it a bad childhood? Is it a lack of education? Is it hatred towards the wealthy? Do you see someone who has extreme wealth and it makes you upset and it makes you angry? Does it make you jealous? If you have these negative feelings towards wealth, you will never become wealthy yourself. And what is wealthy? What is money? Money's just power, guys. What money is it amplifies who you are. There's nothing wrong with money. It's the use of money that's the issue. If you're a good person, money is going to help you to do more good things. If you want to donate more to charity, if you want to help your family, you want to help your church, you get to do more of that. If you're a bad person, you're going to do bad things with money. Well, guess what? I'd rather see the people in this group have money and wealth than some of the crummy people in society. I'd rather you have it, because I'd rather good people have wealth so they can make a difference in this world. We don't serve anyone by staying poor. We don't serve anyone by living paycheck to paycheck. We can make a bigger impact by having more wealth and more money, because that's power, and good people should be in power. So goals are not enough. They won't get you past the tough days. They have to be coupled with a vision. It's not just a daily routine that you need. You have to develop your vision, and let's talk about that. What do you want? Do you want to be home with your children? Like, this is a Tuesday for me, and I'm playing with my daughter because she's 2. She's our 4th child. She wanted to play with dolls. Do you want to be able to spend more time with your family? Do you want to have a better relationship with your wife? Yeah, my wife's a little crazy. She's fun. Do you want to take your kids on vacation? This is our family in Hawaii. Do you want to take them to places maybe you never went to as a child? Do you want to go on more vacations? My wife and I, we didn't go on a single vacation without our kids the first 7 years of our marriage, guys, 7 years. And since being with Beachbody, we go on 3 vacations a year. And we earn every single one of them for free, just for doing what we love, helping other people. It's crazy. Do you want to be able to move wherever you want to? My wife and I 6 months ago just moved to Denver. Why? Because we chose to. This is where her family is. And yeah, I actually get along with her family, you know. But we moved into our dream house here in Denver. Denver's awesome. I learned to snowboard for the first time this winter. And we just picked up and moved. And we moved into our dream house here. Like, it's like I wake up every day and I'm like, I can't believe this is my life. I can't believe I live here. Maybe for you, you want to be a part of a team. You want to be a part of something bigger. You know, I didn't grow up with a lot of friends. I prefer to be alone. You know, like an introvert, I prefer to be alone. That's where I recharge. But man, something about Beachbody and being connected to other people's lives makes me want to be a part of a team. And this is my team. It started as me and my wife. That was it. And these are just some of our diamonds and star diamonds that we treated to a retreat here in Denver, here in Colorado. Maybe you want rank and recognition. Maybe you thrive on the challenge, like me. I love challenges. If there's a 15-star diamond rank, if that's the highest, I want that. I want to be the best, right? Not the best compared to anyone else, the best compared to me, compared to what's possible, compared to my old self. That's what I compete against. Maybe you want to meet incredible people like Tony Horton on the left or Autumn Calabrese on the right. Maybe you want to get to meet them and thank them for changing your life. Maybe you want to make new best friends, not the old best friends you had from school that treat you like crap and hold you back and don't believe in you and laugh at you when you share your goals and dreams, but real friends that actually believe in you and support you, and you build this business together. But here's where people go wrong. Most people say they want all these things. I saw you guys type it into the chat. You're like, oh yeah, I want this, I want that for my family, I want to bring my husband home, I want to get this car, I want to get this or that. That's great, but you got to take it one step further. What's the benefit of the benefit? Retiring from your job is the benefit. But what's the benefit of retiring from your job? What are you going to actually do with that freedom? What is it going to be like? If you want a new car, where will you drive it? And with who? Where's the first place you'll go in that car? Where will you drive? If you want a new house, what will it look like? Who will be there with you? What will it feel like to wake up in your home? If you quit your job, how would you spend your day? Most people have never thought about that. How would you actually spend your day? That was my vision for building this business, is I wanted to quit my job and be home with my kids. And I could see it. I knew I would wake up in the morning, I would walk them to school and hold their hands. I knew that I would come home, work out. I would spend all day helping people online. And I was like, how cool is that? I'll be able to set my own schedule. I can have my own freedom. I can do whatever I want, but I could see it, guys. I could taste it. I knew that's what I wanted. If you want to donate to a charity, how will the people you are thanking thank you? Or I'm sorry, let me put that in reverse order. How will the people that you're helping thank you? How will you feel when you donate to that charity? I saw a coach just yesterday. She said she's been able to donate so much to her church that they're now out of debt, and they're now helping other churches in the area. How is that going to feel for you? How will it feel when you share your story of success to inspire others, maybe on stage? The thing is, you have to take it to a deeper level where it gets you emotional. You can feel it. That's what a vision is, guys. That's where you have to take it. So here's a couple other statements to really get you thinking. When you achieve these things, how will you feel? And more importantly, how will others view you? What about that ex-boyfriend? Or that maybe that parent who said you're never going to do it? Or maybe your spouse's parent who's doubted you the whole marriage. How are they going to view you? What about your former boss when you quit your job? What are they going to think? I still remember sitting down with my boss and quitting my job to become a Beachbody coach. And he made me interview with his boss and his boss's boss. And I was sitting down with the CEO of North America for our company, huge company. And he was just trying to talk me out of it and telling me, like, you know, what kind of guarantees do you have with the Beachbody, and how long are they going to do this? And then just trying to fill my head with doubts. And he finally said, well, David, what if we just gave you more money? And I said, Steve, you can give me more money, but you can't give me freedom. Because I know that there's no security in corporate America. There's no security in a job. I saw them lay off so many people. And guess what? 6 months later, he lost his job. He got reassigned because his numbers didn't meet the shareholders' expectations. The only security I have is me fighting for my own dreams, building my own business. There's not one person who can control my destiny anymore. It's a whole lot of customers and coaches that I pour into. I'm in control of my destiny, just like Chris said. So when you think about the benefits you want from this business, the things you want to bring into your life, what is the benefit of that benefit? More importantly, who do you want to become? That's what this is about. This is about who do you want to become. Your assignment is to craft your vision. I want you to take whatever it is you want and then to take it one step further. And what's the benefit of achieving that? How is it going to make you feel? How are others going to view you? What are you going to do with it? Who are you going to do it with? Okay? And ultimately, who do you want to become? That's your assignment. I want you to write that up. I want you to share it with somebody close to you, somebody personal. I want you to share it with your coach, your upline coach. And if you want to, share it publicly in the group. Share it in front of everybody.